Stand to, McWarriors, and welcome back to another episode of RogueTech as we get into the campaigns of Howl's, Harrows. And last time, well, we've had an interesting couple of days. Recently, we managed to finally nag ourselves a hunchback, and we happen to have an HMRM-30 that could work with it, and 3 tons of Apollo ammo, which apparently is like Artemis ammo, except for, MRMs, which are supposed to be unguided anyway, but we're not going to get into that because it's a fantastic piece of equipment, and that's about 21 days from being actually finished, so we're going to be looking forward to getting that. However, there are several more battles, including a really big battle that I really wanted to take, but since Paladin is dead, I kind of have to build Showboat up in order to be able to actually handle that fight. But in the meantime, flushing them out. We believe that the Federated Suns has landed an elite lance on Duxford, and its continued presence inside contested territory is unacceptable and threatens to distract our own forces trying to track it down and engage it. We need you to locate and eliminate this lance. This will be 4 of 17 priority salvage, 291,200 zeebles at 2.5 skulls. And we're going to be dropping with all 8 lance mates on this one. Oh, the lovely little cards all at the bottom. Alright, doesn't look like we got stuck on this one, so an excellent drop. And basically ready to go. There will be a Davian Lance and a Davian Support Lance, both of them located actually relatively closely, so that's going to be quite nice. Alrighty, so the roster lineup for today. We have Showboat driving the Griffin. Lately, she's basically been using our AMS system to good effect. However, we may end up actually needing even more AMS ammo on this thing because she tends to run out. We also have Death Crusade in the Bushwhacker. No, he did not take a hit to the head. He has extra armor, which makes him super tough. I really like this Bushwhacker house design. The only thing I might want to swap it for is if I could get a silver bullet gas in here. The only problem is that would be 2 more tons. Anyway, Jester in the Shadowhawk with all of its risk LRMs and MMLs and all sorts of fun stuff. Howl driving her Gladiator, which we need to flick over onto active duty, as well as Paradox in the Nova, Mockingbird in the Barnacle, which has Inferno SRMs for close range combat. This is basically what we did. We took the tonnage that was previously, allocated for all of the Flamer technology, threw in a Risk MML-10 and a whole bunch of Inferno rounds, and hopefully that'll do enough damage. Shadehawk is being currently driven by Finn with his sensor lock ability, although some of you have pointed out that sensor lock doesn't actually end your turn, so you can sensor lock and shoot, so maybe get somebody else in there. I'm going to have to think about that. We need somebody with high gunnery, which, Finn also happens to bring with his gunnery 7, but that is a good point. I hadn't realized that. Coach, of course, in the Wolverine, which I need to do something with because I actually don't think this mech is going to be very good anymore. Alrighty, now that we have made our introductions, Coach, please... Ooh, you're a little bit stuck. That's okay. You can run around the outside. We can go around the little lake river thing that we're currently dealing with, because if you try and run through it, well, it's going to slow you down rather considerably. Showboat especially would be rather slowed down, because unfortunately Showboat does not have the 10% sprint upgrade, which most of my other mainline pilots do. Having to go back and retrain up a pilot is actually going to be really difficult to work with as we move forward, but we should have a good cadre of people to sort of back them up, as long as, we don't take too many hits. And that'll be, of course, incredibly important to keep her alive. So enemy acting kind of intermixed in my turn, which is good to see. That tells us that it's going to be a nice little back and forth battle, rather than each side running train on each other for like 8 units before having to go right back on the other direction. Makes me feel a lot more confident about a battle when I've got a chance to reply. Pardon me. So, yeah, Bushwhacker sprinting on forward as well. I kind of want to get a better engine in this thing. I want to make it faster. Give me a 300 rated fusion core for that Bushwhacker and make me happy. And Showboat probably going last because, well, she's driving a Griffin and she's not a great pilot. ESC protection going out for everybody, which is lovely. All right, first turn where people can start actually hurting each other. Well, technically. Alrighty, the Shadehawk probably is not going to run into anything, but you can't be too careful about it. I'm going to run right here just so I can get... Oh, wow, we're actually going to spot everybody. So we have located a fire starter. It's an Omni fire starter, so 45 tons, just like the Bird Boy. Got a Hunchback GI. Oh, I just sold one of these. This is the Falling Debris Hunchback, isn't it? So I believe he's got a Gauss rifle on board, which is going to be painful. Got a Clint, boring. Got a Warhammer 6R. I think I have some Warhammer parts and a Gunsmith. Oh my. Also backing that up is a Stealth at 45 tons. So a rather light lance, actually. I'm kind of surprised at how little there is, aside, of course, from that Warhammer, which we're going to do our very level best to actually steal because I'd like it. Also, if we can steal more flamers off of you, I'd like to rebuild my own Burna Boy back into what it used to be. I'm a little bit worried about not having a sufficient amount of... punch through if AMS is around, I suppose would be the way to put it. You really do not have it. Oh, that'll do. It's like, I've kind of just run you forward. Your shots are not great, but it doesn't cost me anything, so you may as well lob the shots. And we did manage to hit him 23 damage out of the Stealth. The Stealth is not at full armor anyway, so this is going to hopefully cut right through. Stealth heading off in our direction. A 45-tonner currently being muddled by the glorious archer, just like our hammer used to be before we sold it. A pair of medium lasers wasn't all that much damage. We only got hit by one of them, so that's working out kind of okay. And because he hit, oh, he's got an ECM system. We're going to have to deal with that, and we're going to have to deal with that quick. How far can you jump? Oh, you can jump much, much further. Bounce on forward, try and go for the tag. Why not? There's no reason not to. Minus 64%? Nah, who cares? It'll be fine, Paradox. Right, your Nova, not exactly designed quite for the long-range engagement. You do have two large lasers, but it's the Hyper Assault Gauss that I'm kind of concerned about. Not a lot of armor. You know what? We got 24 shots. Make it rain. Oh, we got a couple of good hits. Unfortunately, none of them has a penetration. That would have been ideal, but I will take it. At least I'll take what I can get. Keep the pressure on if we can. 11%, 11%. Again, there's no recoil on this gun because we have built our mechs in such a way in order to avoid the recoil on the ultra autocannon, just to keep it under control. Got a mongoose. It's 69k. I don't know if the 69. Huh, it's got the little. Just for anyone who hasn't noticed, and I thought this was adorable. Apparently, some people have complained, but this is just cute. The mongoose has a little like chibi character on the front of it. I thought it was adorable. All right, Jester. Yeah, we've got a lot of ECM that we're starting to have to shoot through. That is going to be unfortunate. Somebody may even have AMS, and that'll be even worse. I think I want to target the stealth because I got a 27% chance of hitting that stealth too. Ooh, the gunsmith to the 35. No, we're going to focus on you because my LRMs might get through. I got listen kills and normals. We're obviously going to use the listen kills for the additional accuracy. If they've got AMS, we're about to find out. No hits onto that open torso, unfortunately, which was kind of the hope, so just a little bit of bad luck on that one. If we had brought augmented thunder rounds, he'd be in a lot of trouble. Some movement going on. Nova taking 2 PPCs. That's coming obviously from the Warhammer. They missed by 1%. That is obviously not something fun we want to deal with. Death Crusade. You have lots of pulse lasers. You're kind of good at this, so if I can actually get you within range of the target. Unfortunately, it doesn't look like I'm going to be able to get you in range of the target. No, just your Gauss rifle according to this. How will the Gauss rifle do? It'll do 29%. I got 20 rounds. I may as well. Okay, missed. I keep trying to ask him to fire into situations where he probably doesn't have a very good chance to hit, but you know what? It's fun to try. Yeah, his pulse laser is just a little bit too short range. More incoming. Ooh, 2 more PPC. Wait a second, is the gunsmith? Gunsmith is too light for that. It was what, 25 tons or 45 tons? Huh. We've got a lot of incoming fire that has me very concerned. However, I do have a solution to the problem. First things first, we set our Thunderbolt over to high explosive mode, and then we're going to drop it right on top of you. I'm going to see if I can't bait out that shot onto your side. Love it! And we got an engine crit, so he does have an XL engine. That's really good to know. If we just focus enough firepower into it and blow apart his side torso, we may actually destroy the mech rather entirely. I want to take him and the mongoose out before anything else happens, because Warhammer and... Oh, there's 2 Warhammers. Right, things just ramped up considerably. I think we may have an opportunity to get ourselves a Warhammer if we actually play our cards right. That would be our first heavy. That'd be a great heavy to get as your first heavy. Like, Warhammers are just badass. There's no other way to put it. Do I have the range? The gunsmith? I don't care about the gunsmith. I care about the stealth. That is... I'm going to do that because that'll keep me chill, keep me cool, and also allow me to shoot with everything else. So, blast away. Whole bunch of pulse shots. Come on, just need the one. Wow, despite having 29% on most of my things, not a single one. Fired quite a few times in order to try and make that happen, too. Unfortunate. The mongoose also providing quite a bit of jamming capability as well. That is proving to be somewhat harmful to our greater continued accuracy. But maybe I'll get really lucky and we'll be able to punch on through. Do we have a movement off to the side? I didn't see anything, but it does have me somewhat worried. We have 2 Warhammers is really good because that means we can hopefully grab a couple of Warhammer parts should we actually blow them up. And if we've got 3, well, we actually have the potential of building a Warhammer, and that would be rad. Yeah, I can sprint and jump to the exact same distance, so we may as well target the stealth. Sure, why not? Lob a couple of Inferno SRMs. Hey, we started a fire, +5 heat. We started a lot of fire. Oh, wow, good job. That's going to force him to have to deal with all that. Now, he has, as far as we've seen, only 2 medium lasers, so I'm not sure he has too many heat problems just yet. Clint with an ultra autocannon. All right, nice to know. The Clint, I believe, is in the CAB, but it is not yet in RogueTech just yet, although soon, hopefully. You have Shoot the Scoot, and you have an opportunity. See if you please can't rip open that torso. It's all I ask of you. Lower arm destroyed, ER medium lasers, shoulder destroyed, so we're getting some work done on it, just not quite as much as I was kind of planning for. I want to cause enough damage in order to make him totally dead. Or at least just explode. That's actually kind of the goal. The explosion would be kind of ideal. Now I could do this. This would be incredibly aggressive, and I think I may actually try it. 12%? Give it a shot. Let's see what it goes on. Hopefully we don't lose it, because I kind of like this mech and I don't want it to explode at any point soon. So we'll go for 6. Actually, can I sensor lock? They said I could sensor lock. We're about to find out if that was a lie. So sensor lock going down to the target, and I can still shoot. Oh, that's beautiful. All right, keeping the sensor locked. 30%. We're going to rapid fire this sucker all 6 times. Let it run the gun. There we go. We got a hit at least, maybe 2. So not terrible, unless he jammed the gun, in which case he did not jam the gun, so that rotary AC-5 is going to continue to be incredibly deadly. Also, he did run pretty far on that one, so that should hopefully keep him protected from all of that, which he was, so there's that going for us. With any luck, we can just get on top of these guys with a little bit of heat in order to sort of take care of them. Showboat!
What can I do for you?
I want you to do another attack ground, because that worked out pretty well. Also, now there's multiple light mechs sort of in a close proximity. Oh, good job. Blowing out the medium laser and another engine crit. I don't know if I could trust that engine crit, but that's what it says it gave me, so we're just going to have to work with that. Are you unstable yet? Oh, so close. We actually managed to get a little bit more fire onto it. It might actually be unstable, and that would be awesome. So is the enemy going to respond? The Firestarter is going to get on the move. Probably going to go after the Shadehawk. Yep, closest target he's got. A large laser did manage to hit, although it looked like it only did 6 damage. That doesn't make a whole heck of a lot of sense, so we'll find out later. Alright, and Howl. Howl is generally a really solid, reliable person when it comes to nailing people. Show me that stealth, please. Oh, please do what I need you to do. Looks like he missed on most of that. Did get a gyro distraction, though. So now he's completely unsteady. I don't think I have any more mechs to go around, but, you know, there was that. It was not... Oh, I do. I saw somebody on 17. Paradox! Oh, perfect. This is exactly what I need. Let's knock this stealth clean over. Yeah, that's a hit. And left torso destroyed, which blew out his engine, so it didn't even matter that he fell over. He's now dead in the middle of his own little fire, which I have to imagine is somewhat unpleasant to have to deal with. So the next target now, obviously, is the Mongoose. The Mongoose, if we can knock that out of, you know, the ground, I suppose, then we can deal more easily with everybody else. And the Mongoose is going to give me a 47% accuracy. Blast away! Looks like we did manage to structure expose it already, so that Ultra Autocannon doing fantastic work as we continue. On to phase 16. I think that's it for me. Yeah, that's certainly it. We are completely out of folks. They're going to move for us now. The 6R Warhammer going to open fire with his twin PPCs. Still missing the Shadehawk. Missed by -3. So it's new math. And back down to phase 14. Is the the Hunchback? Yeah, here comes the Gridiron. He should have a Gauss Rifle if I recall this mech type correctly. Yep, there goes his Gauss Rifle. Missed by 50%. We are a little bit clustered, which makes us somewhat more vulnerable because it's entirely possible that he hits us on his way through, which would be less than ideal. Alright, going to wait on that. Lots of fire down here. The Mongoose can move at 22. Who's on 24? Certainly not us. In fact, they beat us entirely. None of us got above 20. Ooh, Firestarter is going to get on top of the Shadehawk. I think the Shadehawk can handle it, though. The Rack 5 is pretty chill, so we should be able to handle a little bit of fire with that. Although large lasers obviously are not particularly fun. He's going to stand in the middle of the fire, so he'll generate 30 heat, but he'll also probably be able to sink 30 heat, and he didn't move, so he's just sort of barbecuing there. Oh, wow. The entire group up here managed to beat us. Oh no, he has two periphery rifles, I'm going to imagine. So are you like a primitive? Because you've got 2 barrels, and it's not an ultra autocannon. And a lot of pulse, or just medium lasers blasting over towards the Shadehawk. Not able to connect too heavily, which is wonderful. And how is the enemy going to respond? Are they going to move? I can't imagine they're going to just stand still with the Mongoose. That would be somewhat suicide. I mean, we were able to kill an even heavier mech, just blasted him into the ground. Yeah, the Mongoose is going to get on the move. Not all that far, though. You may have made a mistake. Just saying. Down to phase 21, which we still have to deal with. Oh yeah, the Firestarter over here. Oh, everybody get ready for a little bit of torching. If I can get some torching on top of these guys. Warhammers cook pretty badly. Even advanced Warhammers tend to cook pretty badly. So if we can get that under control. Oh, the pain that we can cause. Alright, can you shoot and the scoot? That's a gunsmith, that's a Clint. That's the Mongoose I'd like to kill. And you run that gun. Wow, somehow you managed to miss every single round. I am just in awe of your capabilities. You're going to bounce way off over here. That's going to generate a ton of heat, but you are also incredibly nimble and evasive. Your gun is not jammed, thank God. We're going to keep running it. We're going to run that gun until we manage to beat this guy into the ground. I'm really surprised he actually managed to survive. Incoming PPCs over towards the Shadehawk, but his flying shenanigans has managed to keep that totally under control. Not a single hit, and you're suffering from heating problems. Shadowhawk is up, Nova is up, and Burna Boy is up. Let's see if we can't get the Burna Boy on target. Oh, the MMLs have jammed. That is extra unfortunate. I don't want to be in the fire because there's obviously problems with being in the fire, but I do want to get forward to the enemy. Gunsmith, no, no. Show me the mongoose. Can I get a little bit of fire here? Just a wee bit. A couple of hits on that, so that'll be a plus 11, makes them somewhat unsettled. People don't exactly like to be lit on fire. It tends to, makes them feel very worried about the future, particularly their future and where they see themselves in the next 10 minutes. That should actually be a really accurate shot here. So let's go find out on the mongoose, 61%. If I switch over to SRMs, stays 61%, and they deal more damage. 55 if I go in for it. I think I'm just going to do listen kill SRMs, and we're going to hit him for as much damage as we can possibly get. So we're right sort of in that. Oh, baby. And that just kind of dug right through him. So no more mongoose. Alright, so we've taken care of the ECM that's out on the field, so now we can start really pushing on other targets. I think I want to remove this fire start from the equation. He does have an XL engine, makes him extra vulnerable, and it's not the greatest shot in the world, but there we go. Structure exposed, and he's not having the greatest day ever. Coach may even be able to capitalize on that because Coach is fairly nimble and aggressive. So if he sets up right here, he's got SRMs and an ultra autocannon. Missed with most everything. But the fire starter now knows that he's currently being targeted, probably because he's the closest guy. The bushwhacker could just come around, start going after you, because that's... Oh, that's going to hurt you a lot. Hi, enjoy my my pulse lasers. So a lot of pulse lasers. Managed to get another head hit and a engine crit on him. So the gunsmith looks like he is either opened up on the CT, which I don't think I did that much damage to do that, or he's got an XL engine. So 4 medium lasers. That's not too bad. Warhammer 7-8 coming on forward, going to open fire on the Bird Boy, because the Bird Boy is incredibly vulnerable right now. As you may have noticed, he is currently, sitting on top of a lot of evasion problems, which we want to take care of soon. Howl can bounce on over here. Howl, can you get even closer? Oh, you can. And you know what? I am okay with being this close and being this aggressive. Blast everything you've got. Oh, PPC is managing to hit as our mini Warhammer has basically ripped most of this mech apart. A little bit unfortunate, we didn't quite get as much damage as I was kind of hoping for. I had been hoping to fully disable the mech, but it should work out okay. You'll be in cover right there, which will be nice and safe. If you target him from here, you're looking at a 22%. I'm going to actually set this one to a standard Thunderbolt because I'm a little bit concerned about hitting friendlies. Oh, what a good shot there, Showboat. All right, that's going to knock that mech right on over. So the fire starter is going to be taken care of in very short order at this point. So as it's on its back, that means it'll be a terrible initiative next round moving forward, as well as being super vulnerable to people like, the Nova over here, which can just shotgun the legs. That'll be hopefully a little bit more lucky. They do still have their Warhammers, which we've been incredibly lucky so far, and I think the Gridiron just killed the gunsmith. Oh, yeah. Yeah, the Gridiron just blew the leg off the gunsmith. Thank you for that. I will definitely try and utilize that to my maximal advantage. Draw the Clint or kill the... Oh, that's the real question here. If you just fired from here, what are we looking at? Because I'd like to be able to shoot and move. 59, 97... Oh, that 59, it speaks to me, it calls to me. Oh, 2 AC2s, that's almost nothing. But I also have a chance of just wiping out of the mic. Well, I think we just want to dig B. Or I could go for the leg. I mean, I need 2 good hits on the leg, plus cover. So I'm dealing 39, so I'll deal... actually, just about perfect if I manage to hit 2 shots on the leg. Go for that leg shot. And it's gone. Oh, X-Pulse lasers. That would have been nice if we had managed to save those. So Gyro XL crit potentially managed to steal that. We're going to just sort of flank on over here. We'll move in order to sort of keep our heat more or less under control. Howl, I'd rather have the Nova take care of this guy if I can. So we're just a little bit too close. Actually, where you're standing should be just about perfect. So why don't you do us a favor, rip open his torso. Yeah, because he's got an XL engine. We know that because Burner Boy's got an XL engine. So they have a very similar weakness. Oh, I forgot. You don't have your special move, which kind of sucks. Do I get cover? I can get cover. Lovely. I can't get, there we go. Cover and moving forward. So we'll have the Gladiator pushing forward, and we'll have a 40% shot on the side of the Clint. Managed to miss both times, but hey, here's a couple of missiles just for your pleasure. If I can get on top of these 3 mechs, actually, I can do a lot of damage in very short order. Because minimum range PPCs, they do not operate well together. Oh, that's really good accuracy. You may as well just blast everything you've got. I didn't manage to hit much of this time, however, he did take a couple of medium laser hits, so everything is a little bit, and that's always helpful. Alright, Burner Boy, I need to chill Burner Boy, well, I don't need to chill Burner Boy out, but what I do need to do is get rid of some of his stability at the moment. Why don't you just torch the Clint? Yeah, that's only 18 heat. That's a lot less heat than I kind of had been planning on. So you're going to run over here. This will take care of your stability problem. And next turn, so long as I didn't break the... Yes, next turn you're going to run on top of these guys and you're going to start lighting them on all the fire because, well, at the end of the day, they are still just a whole bunch more, whatchamacallits. They're a bunch of Warhammers, so they're super toasty. Target the Clint. See if I can't remove the people I don't care about from the equation, and then push on till later. I want to get back in the water, is the goal, so I can keep the heat down. That way we can just continue to blaze away with the pulse lasers, which was my plan moving forward. Got a side angle shot, which will be perfect on the Clint. 60% on that ultra auto cannon. Managed to run the gun, kind of okay. Not as good as the Shadehawk so far, which has managed to just been potting the enemy left, right, and center. Although, at this point, Gridiron MVP, because blasting the back of the gunslinger was really useful. Ooh, sensors impaired. A missed shot managed to still hit the Shadowhawk. So that's a bit unfortunate. PPC managed to strike right on him. Warhammer moving forward. His heat is critical and he's shut down.
Ready for orders.
Yeah, Jester. Let's just make sure... Oh my god, you're gonna have... That's too good. That's surrounds Infernos. That's a 78% chance that I will cook to do this. But that might work. Inferno. Rock and roll, baby. Oh, the stream of fire! And he's off. Both Warhammers are now offline. And we managed to avoid the shutdown on the Shadowhawk. That's lovely. So we've managed to turn off 2 of the Warhammers, which means they've got a Clint who is currently in distress, a Gridiron who's feeling perfectly fine, and 2 Warhammers which are going to attempt to chill out, and I'm going to attempt to kill them before they can chill out. So I do need to get the Runaway on over towards the Warhammer 6R. I'm getting punched by a Clint. You missed. So if I can get the Burner Boy over towards the 6R, he can keep him toasty and get him back over the threshold. I should have sometimes with the Warhammer 7A. Oh, just as long as he doesn't explode. The Warhammer 7A, I have probably 2 more turns before he can even attempt a restart. Gridiron coming forward! Oh, nailing the Shadowhawk, but his missiles were taken care of thanks to the Griffin's AMS. So the Shadowhawk feel a little bit unpleasant at the moment. Inspired going down for everybody. If the Shadowhawk just sat right here and tried to pick the head off this mech. How much armor do you have? You do have enough armor to survive multiple hits. It's a 90%. Run the gun, please. I managed to kill the left torso, which was not the plan. I mean, he dug really, really well. I mean, that was really cool what he pulled off there, but the goal was to tear his head off. All right, the Wolverine can probably just shoot you in the side or back. One of the 2. Can I get outside that minimum range, please? Or I can continue, you know what, I'm going to ignore the Clint for now. Does the Wolverine have a shot? Oh, he does. It's a 99% shot. Go for the head on you, because you're... ERPPCs, oh wow, the 7A is basically the super version of it. Yeah, try and rip his head off. Still, no managed to hit. He is unsteady, which does help push us forward. But yeah, it's going to take us a little while before we can actually take him. Paradox in the Nova. So Paradox is going to slip on forward, and again, I'm going to try and go for the head over on the 6R. I don't think that's going to work. Yeah, call shot hit? No, engine destroyed. Alright, so I think we may have actually killed the engine instead of the center torso, and if we've managed to pull that one on the 6R, that should be 4 parts, because we only took out one of the torsos. The 7A is still currently offline, so hopefully I can get a couple of rounds of just blasting it in order to chill it out. But I would like to get the Burner Boy up there. No, it's the Clint. Clint going for another swing and a punch. And managed to actually punch the Shadehawk pretty well. So I gotta give him some credit for that. He's being very aggressive with what he's got. Howl is basically going to ignore you, though, because Howl has bigger and better and, you know, way more important things to deal with than have to try and kill you. Can get a fairly fantastic angle all around here. Like, that's really good. Could go for the 94 on the Hunchback, but I'm going to go for the 99 ones, because if I can rip his head off, which those PPCs both have a chance to do, then we can get a lot of work done here. So PPC's away. Senses impaired. Structure exposed. Heat sink double has been destroyed. He is in risk of being able to fall over at this point, which does put us in a much more powerful position, sort of. How much arm do you have? I would like to avoid shooting at you just yet, so we're going to move to the Burner Boy. And the Burner Boy is going to get a nice up-close and personal point-blank range. Going to go for that head, and we're going to avoid that side torso that we managed to open up the last time. So more heat, more bursts, and even more heat. Oh yes, head hit, pilot injured, so that puts him in a much weaker position. We do kind of need to pull back with the Shadowhawk. Shadowhawk's arm has been exposed. There's nothing actually in this arm, so it's not the worst thing to have exposed. I was actually thinking we had a way worse situation on our hands, but apparently not. So can I punch? I do not quite have the range for that, but I can probably get out of range of Gridiron while at the same time pushing towards this guy. Shut off the Inferno SRMs. We're going to go back to listen kill SRMs for the higher accuracy chance, and I don't intend to start a fire right on top of my own mechs. So I managed to get quite a few shots on the Clint so far. Death Crusade in the Bushwhacker. You're a headhunter, baby. Go for that head. Please take it off of him. That is all I desire. Just a perfect, beautiful headshot, right? You can do it. I believe in you. How much armor? Oh. I'm gonna shot off the rakers. Raker pulse lasers off. Burn away. Yes! Oh, perfect! It was perfect! He planted the Gauss rifle shell right into his face. Okay, so that's all of a Warhammer 7A right there. So we've got a 6R that's mostly intact on the ground. We've got a 7A that is completely intact and appeared to be an SLDF tech, so I'm stealing every single part off of that one. And hi, I've got a Thunderbolt and a couple of medium lasers from this Griffin to fight this Clint. Nailed it. Oh, I'm loving this Thunderbolt. I want to get a bigger Thunderbolt on this thing. Yes, I understand. AMS shuts it down completely, but come on, it's cool. Gridiron's going to fall back, and I think he may have actually presented his backside to me, which was a really, really dumb thing to do, because, buddy, the Shadehawk's got a rotary autocannon that hasn't jammed and has been firing at 6 rounds a minute every single time. Okay, so the right arm has been destroyed. He's currently exposed. His Gauss Rifle Defiance has been critted, and as long as I can get another person on top of him, which I think I can, we're probably gonna kill him. Clint gonna come in, firing both of his autocannons, managing not to hit him at all. 2 autocannons and a medium laser, not able to touch the Shadehawk. And Shadehawk wasn't even that aggressive this time. The Shadowhawk I don't want to use just yet. The Nova, maybe not. Wolverine, a bit range. Oh, there we go. The Bushwhacker. Bring the Bushwhacker in from behind, turn on the Rakers again, and let's just see if we can't get a good shot. Well, we managed to miss a couple of important shots, but we do have some engine crits going on, and he is now unsteady, which will mean everybody else's shots get to be extra easy. Lovely. Jester, you can now bring in the Shadowhawk. And that'll actually be a back shot on him. And we don't even have to force the Shadehawk to duck. So everything on, yes, all of the heat we're going to cook once again and set everything to Inferno. Let's see if we can't turn him off. Although I'm willing to bet that we're going to actually kill him doing this. All of the missiles. Oh yeah, he's dead. Gauss rifle explosion. Plus 197 heat. Alright, so we've just got a Clint to deal with now. I'm not sure if we can actually handle it. We may have run out of... What am I saying? It's going to be easy. We've got this Clint. He's going to die. He stands no chance. And the Wolverine's going to get right into his backside. That'll give us fairly decent SRMs, but more importantly, it's the autocannon. Alright, we managed to tear off his left arm, which took out both of his autocannons, so he doesn't have any more of those. He's lost his evasion, and his center torso is exposed, as is his back torso. So I'm actually going to run right here with my... How about right here? Can I get a shotgun blast from the proper range? That's the proper range. Get ready with the Hyper Assault Gauss. Hi, buddy. You have an exposed CT, and I have a Hyper Assault Gauss Rifle 20. Goodbye. Oh, the engine core. I'm really liking this Hag. I think the Hag's a lot of fun. Alrighty, so everybody's dead. The Shadowhawk took a rough hit on the arm, took a hit right from the Gauss rifle from the Gridiron, but is still intact. And there's nothing in that arm, so we'll replace the arm joint or the elbow or the lower arm or whatever got blown off really easily. 167,290 Seabills is a reward for a job well done. And yeah, we'll probably save some of that. The Nova picking up 4 kills on his own. Shadowhawk picking up another 2. Pardon me. And the Shadehawk with another 1. But the most important thing was that Warhammer, which, show me that 7A. You show me that 7A Warhammer. Oh, it's so beautiful. We're getting 4 parts today. Oh, the Warhammer 6RB was the first Royal Warhammer, but the 7... Oh, yes. Give me 1. Give me 2. Don't you dare. Come back here. Oh, it does look like we completely mauled the 6R. There's only a single part of that left. All right, so give me 4 Warhammer parts, because I think we're there. You know what? It's cool. All this gear is nice, and the fire control system Gauss is like super nice. But I'm gonna be honest with you. Who's the Omni lower? Was that the? That had to be. But I'm gonna. I only want the 7A. Confirm. Okay, so we got a Clint part as well, the pair of fire starters, the gridiron part, the mongoose part. We did not get... Oh, we got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 Warhammer 7A parts. So the one part we couldn't get because of our priority salvage, we got anyway. So we build the Warhammer 7A for free. 6 medium lasers, 2 SRM6s, basic cockpit, 280 range fusion core, so we're good on that, and a whole bunch of reflective coatings and standard cockpits. So not bad. We didn't get the ERPPC 2s, which would have been super useful, but we got the 7A. So now we get to build our very first heavy mech. Oh, this is good. So last episode, we managed to get our hands on a fairly decent hunchback, which, well, I think it'll be a decent hunchback. But now, today, we begin our first heavy. I thought it was going to be Orion. I 100% was positive that it was going to be Orion as our first heavy mech, and apparently that is not how this is going to work. We are, in fact, going to be getting a Warhammer, one of the prides of all of BattleTech. I think most people can look at the Warhammer and say, that's a pretty badass mech. Mainly because, you know, Natasha Kerensky drove a Warhammer, like, everywhere, so it has a special place in my heart, too. Alright, apparently Lau managed to steal some stuff from Tortuga, so the Capellan's fighting back 20,469 for the next 4 days, but that ain't the thing that we're all interested in, or at least that I'm interested in. I mean, it's a Warhammer, man. We managed to get our hands on a bloody Warhammer. The Shadowhawk is going to take 3 days to repair, the Shadehawk 2, and just a single day off the Bird Boy and the Gladiator, plus 21 days to build the Hunchback. But really, let's go to Zimek Bay. We're going to have to start selling some of our lighter mechs. I'll probably sell the Javelin. Storage... Heavies. Warhammer 7A, 5 of 5. Ready it up. The Warhammer 6RB was the first Royal Warhammer, but the 7A takes the mech to its logical conclusion. With advanced weapons and construction materials combined with double heat sinks, the 7A is a walking death machine for mechs and vehicles alike. Oh, this is going to be lovely. Show me my brand new Warhammer. The pride and joy of the company. Oh, it looks gorgeous. It really, really does. They did a fantastic job porting this thing over. Can I get a different pattern, though? Something a little bit... There we go. Something with tiger stripes. Now we got a monster here. All right, let's go see what actually managed to survive. I see cockpit SLDF is broken, but that might be integrated equipment. Repair all? So the FCS standard SLDF is integrated equipment, which gives us a zoom plus 5 and thermal vision. We also have a cockpit SLDF, which gives us piloting and tactics, just for the extra fun, and sensors SLDF, which is a plus 4% increased sensor and sight range, and the cockpit sensor suite's stacking bonus of 1 to improve sensor checks made by this unit. We have a new command mech. So we did lose the engine core, the heatsink plus 1, a couple of double heatsinks, the small pulse, 3 medium lasers, and several more double heatsinks. Yeah, we lost all of the PPCs. And however, it has a Royal Heatsink kit by default. This cannot die or be removed. Converts the mech to use double heatsinks, minus 5% weapon heat generated, 10 plus maximum heat, plus 10 overheat threshold, minus 6 heat per turn. This is great. Oh, and it doesn't even have an XL engine. That's even more lovely. So first things first, let's head on over. I'm not going to put one of those, heck no. Come over to a core and we'll put in that 280. Pop you right on in there, son. And then I don't think that I have a plus 2, but this only takes a plus 1, which is a little bit sad. We'll figure out what we want to do with that. I mean, I may just have the additional space for the double heatsinks. You didn't have endo steel. I don't think you did anyway. No, or well, you have endo steel on, but you didn't have ferro, which you don't. Okay, so we've got 24 tons of mech. And it still has a medium laser, a small pulse laser, an SRM6. If I just pulled all of this off, how much pod space am I actually looking at with a 280 rated fusion core? 30.5 tons. And that's before we really get started on building it. Well, I could go twin rotary AC5s. Now that would be fun. Don't have the fire control system for it. I also don't think I have enough ammunition to make that gun run. No, I've got, well, maybe. I've got 5 tons of it. So 5 tons times 15 shots is 75 shots. I mean, that's a lot, but when you're burning through 12 shots at a time, it might need a little bit more. But yeah, what else can I put inside? We're building this. Like, this is happening now. This is not something I'm putting off because I have a lot of stuff to build. So I could go Gauss rifles because I actually have enough room in order to put in a pair of Gauss rifles. which I actually do have. So a parrot Gauss rifle, don't have the tonnage fully for that. Silver bullet pirate would be really cool. If I had paraclan Gauss rifles, I could definitely do that. But we are slightly short on that one. Machine guns, obviously not. Lasers, I'd rather not do that. I am really, honest to God, tempted to go twin PPCs. Unfortunately, I don't have enough PPCs to do that. Actually, let's check the faction shop. Let's see what it is we're doing with. It's already going to cost $500,000 to start building this. So if we come over to the faction shop itself, we've got some crab parts in the in storage. Another pair of heavy Gauss rifles, just in case you were wondering if you had enough. Can't fit the heavy Gauss rifle in it because it's too many slots, I think. I'm gonna have to double check it, but I think it was grayed out. Really tempted to grab this just to have 2 heavy Gauss rifles. Light PPC, snub-nose PPC times 4, but I don't have enough money to buy it. Also, we've already built that. Arrow 4 ammunition, which I have 3 tons just in case we ever actually run into it. No specials, jump jets small, some fusion cores, and... oh wow, a sheath beacon, that's a good cockpit. There's quite a few mechs that used to have sheath beacons. Fire control system Gauss for... there's 8 of them. Jeez. Alright, so obviously we can't do that. I do not want to build a missile mech. I think the missile mech would be a massive mistake just because we don't have... well, missiles are getting sort of on the way out at this point. I'm really tempted to throw the rotaries on here. I have just enough ammo to make it work. I've only got 2.5 tons, but I still have more equipment I could throw on here if I really wanted to go nuts with it. If I have a fire... alright, if I have the lower arm actuators for it, which I don't, or the fire control system, but that would replace my standard SLDF fire control system, which is really good. Not sure I'd want to do that. Yeah, and I don't see we don't have a recoil one anyway. So we can't do that. That is just not happening. As cool as it would be to have. Really tempted for the reflective coating just because we have it. 30 spilling, no, that's not good enough. And you take in slots on the side torso, so I don't want to do that either. Reinforced legs, no. Retractable legs, no. Full on war, no, it's a quick cell warfare suite. I want something a little bit more capable than that. 1.5 tons for a Guardian ECM, just in case. Gonna need a Beagle active probe as well. That puts me down to 27.5 tons. Weapons, I wish I had more PPCs. I truly wish I had a pair of PPCs. Because if we did, I mean not light PPCs obviously. If we did though, we could have the proper Warhammer. Do I have large lasers, and how many do I have? I have 4. So I could go with something like this. There we go. Feels wrong to do, but I could. And we even have the heat efficiency, or at least we can build to the heat efficiency to actually handle that. Because the Royal Heatsink Kit really rewards you for being, well, super aggressive with the lasers, because they can do all kinds of crazy things. But 4 large lasers kind of feels a bit underwhelming. I could put it in AC-20. We just 1 Gauss rifle? Yeah, we can't fit the heavy Gauss rifle, unfortunately. Wait, why can't I? Component is not permitted in this location, just it can't fit in arms? Is that how this works? Because that seems dumb. And I don't have any shoulder torso setups for the heavy Gauss rifle. Yeah, really surprised that I can't mount it in the arm. I wonder if there's an actuator that's specifically doing that. So tempting, but I don't have the tonnage for it. I might be able to build the tonnage in for it. But it's only 140 damage. We could do a lot more. The original version of this mech has a lot of lasers, as you may have noticed, which we could build into. We could go a lot of... huh. Okay, follow the line of thought. We take... not large pulse. 2 large lasers. Like so. So it's got some long-range poke. And then we go with medium lasers and just spam the heck out of it. Because we have been saying we wanted to do a medium spam mech. So if we did something like this... this will put us at a lot of medium lasers. Now, how's our heat efficiency so far? We're 72 for 96, and we still have 11.5 tons. So we still have room to put in more stuff, such as, you know, a ferrofibers. But that fills out all 8 of my energy slots. And then we put the SRM-6 back in, with its case, just in order to keep it from exploding, because that would be rather unpleasant. That puts us up to 7 tons remaining. And so medium laser, small pulse... Yeah, pull one of these medium lasers out so I can put this medium laser back in. And I'm just going to cycle these down so it's neat in my view. So 7 tons. We're already at 25 days and 500,000 Seabills, and we haven't even built this thing just yet. Kind of want to get some sort of fire control system deliberately designed for energy weapons, because this would be a real burner. Equip cockpits. Energy. Do I have an energy plus? I do not. So the energy is going to give me a +1 accuracy, +5 heat generation, which is obviously less than good, versus zoom accuracy every 210 meters, so +1. Thermal vision range accuracy. So what are you going to be? Your optimal is 180 with your max at 330. So you get +1 at somewhat longer ranges to help out a little bit. What else can I build on this one? Gonna be honest, without PPCs, I kind of feel really sad about this build. I really don't like it. I'm gonna be honest, I don't like it. Like, you're ripping the beating heart and soul out of this mech by not having a pair of PPCs. I like the medium laser spam, I think that's good. But the PPCs, I really crave them. Also, you know, we added in a whole bunch of fire controls, or the Guardian ECM and the Beagle, in order to really get a handle on sensor systems. Should help it out at longer range. Tell you what. Take on a Silver Bullet Pirate Gauss. Ammo. Gauss, give me a double. Do I have a double? Light double Gauss. Ammo Gauss double. Good. We'll put it over here because you can't explode. And I think we pull you out. So that frees up 5.5 tons. And instead we mount in lasers, please. Oh yeah, I'm in ammo, duh. Lasers. ER large. That knocks my heat efficiency really far back. How if I just went with a normal large? Pull that out. Large. 72 for 78, and I've still got half a ton, which I could throw in armor, but I think I'm going to see if I can't. Don't have a light tag. Chaff countermeasures. It'd be interesting to have, just throw on chaff countermeasures. How much is the ambod? Oh, it's a full ton. AMS Mark II. Ooh, right. 1 ton for the laser AMS clan. The pirate is 5 tons, but it basically turns you into totally invulnerable to anything coming your way. I'm gonna see if I can't find a ton somewhere in here. So you can go right there. I need half a ton. Let's see. I don't think that I have anything like a patchwork materials. No patchworks for us. So I have half a ton that I gotta find somewhere. Also, my heat efficiency is 72 for 84, which is fine. Do I have an ER small? Scissors. Small exo, small magna, small X pulse. I don't have a single ER small. That seems very odd to me. Right. Well, we'll pull off one of the medium lasers. On the pirate side, of course. And instead throw on a re-engine small? Yes. For the additional damage, because the Silver Bullet Gauss Rifle is the thing that's going to be doing a lot of the penetration stuff. Let's put that over there and that over there. Oh, give me back my AMS. We got a clan AMS on here, on the one shoulder, Silver Bullet Gauss on the other, a large laser for large plinking, and a whole bunch of medium lasers once we actually get them into the core of things. I'm going to be honest, I'm not fully sold on this design. I really kind of want to do a twin PPC design. However, for now, just to get this thing on the field in 31 days, let's start to build it. It should have a whole bunch of good support systems. The Royal Double Heatsink allows us to be very aggressive with the lasers. 20 shots on the Silver Bullet Gauss. So that ought to take care of things. You're all good, right? What did it do? Because then you said it does not. You're lying. So the Silver Bullet Gauss takes normal Gauss rifle ammo. Right? I don't have a second one of these, do I? I do not. If I do, though, what I may end up doing, if we find a second one of these, I may throw these in. Because we have the tonnage for a pair of these. Because they're a little bit lighter. Alright, let's lock that in. 600,000 out of the bank account. So now we are in, well, I can't say it's dire straits, but we're certainly a little bit more in trouble. I hope that it looks kind of okay once I put a Gauss rifle on one arm and a PPC on the, or a laser on the other. Maybe we should find a PPC. Rip out 2 of the medium lasers on the Gauss side, put in a PPC and a Gauss rifle. Yeah, we'll do that. Oh, absolutely. That'll be much better. I like that. As soon as we find it, of course, which is going to take some time. All right, we have some time to cycle some days in order to get our pilots back. 1, 2, 3, all stop. Hunchback is in 20 days. The Warhammer is in 30. Power Conduits is tomorrow, which will help out a lot. Gotta go check our mech warriors, make sure that everybody's feeling fine after that, which I imagine they are. They managed to pull off a great little coup, although we are now in, dire straits when it comes to cash again. We are gonna have to sell a couple of mechs. I'm not sure what. Jester, hi, you're a warlord. Thank you. Congratulations for being our first warlord. This makes you the most aggressive pilot that we have, which is lovely. Mockingbird has leveled up. This can give her either the additional health or more range. The 10% increase in range is actually very useful, especially on the mech she drives. Omega can grab guts because he's learning in the training pods, which is great. And Shobot, how'd you do? Paradox? All right, so they're all good. Got to do a quick check of contracts. If there is a low enough level mission, we'll take it for super fast cash or something. Covert surveillance is to capture base. Brilliant Minds is a recovery. 1.5 skull recovery. 417 for $500,000. Is there a... Yeah, let's do it. From the Federated Sun, so I'm going to steal all their stuff. So once again, going to be probably a little bit too aggressive, but we really like to do it. So pay with that, and that, and that. Raising my drop cost by about 13,000 per mech. I'm not making a lot of money on this one, am I? Yeah, 135,000 is not exactly a lot. Oh, the Shadowhawk's busted. All right, the arm. We can fix that in 2 seconds. So come over to the mech B. Hi, mech B. Refit. It will be for free. So patch up that lower arm actuator. No cost at all. Yes, this mech needs work. But yeah, we're looking for an ERPPC, I think. And one of the things I may end up doing is, just with the Warhammer, is we'll come back and we will rip out that laser and a pair of medium lasers, and we'll throw on a PPC just so it can be really, really cool. Or maybe even a heavy PPC if we might find it, because I don't think we have the Pirate Heavy. Although some people had mentioned that the Pirate Heavy was actually really good, and I didn't quite agree, but hey, if y'all think it's good, then we may want to get on that. All right, Brilliant Minds, negotiations, bring me all the stuff. Alright, so I am going to want, not the Griffin, because the Griffin is a little bit light. Penetrator, Burner, the Gladiator is really good too. Give me the Burner Boy, and... not quite sold on the Nova, if I'm completely honest. So give me you. Phoenix Hawk for additional, and we'll drop with 5 mechs. We'll drop with a Clan Star. We are going to, of course, need to move a Jester over to the Shadehawk in order to take action with that cannon a little bit better, which puts Mockingbird inside the Shadowhawk, and the Burner Boy can get handed on over to Paradox, because Paradox is probably not ever going to just sit still to shoot and then, move. Really kind of regretting my choice of setup on him. But yeah, let's let's deploy with 5 mechs and see if we can't run this one through. We have about 13 minutes before the end of a normal episode, but hey, we're going to rock and roll and have a lot of fun. So we managed to get in, well, a pretty fun battle against a couple of Warhammers. Managed to steal one of those Warhammers completely intact. Oh, that felt good. And then we built the Warhammer, and now we get to have one last mission. So it's going to be a pretty full day today, and I hope y'all enjoy it, because I know I certainly am. I really enjoy it when we get to fight our way through all of this stuff. So dropping it with a single star will be a bit of an interesting change of pace. It should hopefully speed combat up a little bit, although if we're about to get flooded with 8 million forces, this may end up not being quite as fun as we had imagined. Also, they brought a lot of vehicles, but that's kind of why I brought the Burner Boy. The Burner Boy is there to basically handle vehicles, although I kind of need more flamers. PPCs and flamers, please. Yeah, if I find some, I need some ferrofibrous, or preferably heavy ferro, to throw on top of the Warhammer as well. That should free up some tonnage as well. If I could do it where I didn't have to remove too many medium lasers in order to cram in a heavy PPC on that other arm for the backup, that would be obviously ideal. But anyway, Brilliant Minds. Commander, we've performed a substantial amount of scientific research here on Duxford. The Avian forces have been sabotaging our research stations, stretching our defenses thin. We've just learned that our ultimate target is a key scientist in the weapons development program. They've launched an assault that we believe is intended to capture her. We need you to reach the facility where she's stationed and extract her to safety. This will be 135,600 Seabills, 4 of 17 priority salvage. So if we run into another Warhammer, we can get basically all of it at a 1.5 scale mission for just a little bit of quick action and cash. Now, we did give up basically 300,000 worth of money, but at the end of the day, 4 of 70 priority salvage versus 400 and something thousand Seabills is not exactly a trade that you'll ever really want to make. Probably going to sell that double XL engine. I really don't want to use it. I mean, it's super... We have an XL, we have a double XL. I'm keeping the XL around just in case, but we also need to start selling some light mechs. I think first on the chopping block is going to have to be the Javelin, because I kind of want to keep the urban mechs around, but we have definitely reached that point where we need to start getting rid of our 30s, which is a little bit sad, but if we keep them stored, it's pretty expensive, I think. I'm probably actually going to throw the mechs into storage first just to see what sort of savings I can get on them, because if it's significant enough, I will keep the urban mechs in storage just for a rainy day, or really just because, you know, they were our first 4 cohesive lands, and also they're all named. So we need to come up with names for a couple of our other mechs. So if you have any ideas, make sure that you leave them in the comments down below so that we can actually have a little bit of fun with that one. After all, this is a pirate company. We need to have some fun with our mechs. We're not a stodgy, stuck-up company like Davian. Obviously not. The Tortugan Dominion, way more relaxed and laid back, although perhaps not as much as you might think, considering the fact that, well, we're currently... Tortuga, last time I checked, had currently fully invaded clan space and had become Clan Tortuga, so not exactly the greatest thing to sort of aspire to. But yeah, it will certainly be interesting. We're going to put in a little bit of cut right here just to make sure that things are working properly, and we will come back just about before we drop. And we're back. Alright, let's see if we can drop down on these people and have a little bit of fun with our little demi-star. Oh, the terrain is very, very rocky here, but I think we've managed to drop down fairly well. We are here for stuff, though, not money. So the simple grab and run is not going to work here. Let's get the Burner Boy set and ready to rock by flying over the terrain right on top of things. Hello. Oh, we've identified a helicopter. Unfortunately, the chance to hit is basically zero. Oh. Oh no. Fired just the tag. But that's gonna suck. That's gonna suck on several levels, because he's got an energy targeting device, which tells us that that device can basically barrage anybody. I don't know if I can steal that. If I can, that'd be really, really cool. Got a Locust coming on forward, but 4 medium lasers of some description. Might be a couple of small lasers on that one instead. We're going to see if we can't jump basically everybody up into the combat zone. Right there. Hi, surprise, good morning. Sensors are currently offline, so trying to shoot at you would probably not be all that effective. But I'm going to... let's go try and get the rapid fire down. Kind of hope that we didn't jam the gun on that one.
Negative damage.
But to be fair, we had a pilot driving this thing. And Hunchback over here. Okay. We had a pilot driving this thing who was rapid firing that gun 6 rounds a minute every single time he operated. At least, how long are rounds in BattleTech? I'm trying to remember. I thought it's like a minute compared to D&D, which is, you know, each round is 6 seconds. We need to get up here somehow, and I don't see a way for Howl to do that, unfortunately. Howl's probably going to have to take a little long way around. Now, luckily for us, several of our mechs are actually capable of going, you know, the short way up here, but we are going to probably have to come around. Ooh, this is going to suck with dragging out some of our real heavy hitters, mainly our Gauss Rifle Carrier, our Twin PPC, sort of a mini Warhammer, actually. The Shadowhawk is a similar problem. Yeah, our real, truly heavy hitters, not actually going to be involved in this first opening of the fight, and that's going to be rather terrifying. It's going to be interesting to see if Jester can actually pull this one off, because Jester is probably going to be the person who takes care of most of things, although, ooh, it's not even a model of a... You are an Enforcer. Oh, interesting. It's a Watchman, apparently, is the mech. I'm not quite familiar with that model, but that's okay. I'm hoping some... Well, I can always check sign out later on when things come. Another helicopter. Is that another Yellow Jacket? Because if so... Oh, yes, the pain. The pain is going to be something else. So we're going to hopefully be able to get a little bit of good, accurate fire on target, mainly from the Shadehawk, but, you know, it's ultra... It's rotary autocannon. Gets a couple of good hits in the same location. It can knock one of these out of the skies pretty easily. If we get really lucky with that MML... 10 on Jester's mech, we should also, or not Jester's mech, on the Burner Boy, we should also have quite a bit of luck. So if you just stood still and rotary autocannoned everything, so we are looking at, right, so 3 shots at high accuracy. Let's go Warlord this, because it is going to be an important one. We're going to make sure this works properly. Cycle it up to 55. so tempting. We're gonna go with 55 and 4 shots. We got quite a few hits and a structure exposed, but it's not actually dead, which is concerning. I'm gonna bounce out over here. Yes, this does build quite a bit of our evasion problems, which is going to be unfortunate to have to deal with. Got the Watchman coming on forward. 40-ton mech. Looks like it's got ballistics, but we can't be sure on that one. Yeah, 40-ton mechs generally don't have ballistics, so a couple of medium laser shots, and a large laser also as well. Paradox in the Burner Boy can get right up close and personal with that missile launcher. Now, we can't actually hit him with the flamers. As you can see, flamers do not operate against flying targets, but we can, well, they do if, you know, you miss, which is always pretty funny. So target the yellow jacket. Come on. Can I not multi-target this thing? Oh, yellow jacket can't be multi-targeted. Interesting. Okay, in that case, kill the yellow jacket because it's way more important than whatever that thing is. So apparently MML explosion and thunders. Oh boy. So we managed to avoid the augmented thunders from that one. That's really good. Did you? His gun is still running. Good. So we still have that. Locust coming on forward, and it's going to cycle mostly away from us, it looks like. That's actually a really easy shot if I manage to get anybody who's looking in that direction. Howl! Can I get you up here as soon as possible? No, it's going to be a little bit more of a trip. And in fact, Howl's being blocked, so we're going to actually reserve on that one so that I can then bring the Shadowhawk sprinting on around as fast as we can, and that is not going to get me anywhere either. Oh, where is the actual up point on this darn thing? Oh, that's a major concern. I'm gonna take a peek over here, just move off the beaten path. There is a 6% chance of hitting on one of these targets. It is the Watchman, which I don't really care about. I'm going to lob at the yellow jacket, because why not? Because it's going to take me a while to get in range anyway. So any hits will be good. We managed to nail 2 of them. Lovely. A Death Crusade in the Bushwhacker. Yeah, I guess we're just going to continue to run around on this circle. So I'm not sure when we get up, but it looks like it's going to take us a little while. We may end up having to retreat with the Phoenix Hawk and with the Burner Boy, just in order to keep things mostly under control. Especially because a fire is about to break out and take out everything, because I happen to forget the things that would, you know, stop that fire from raging. Be a nice couple of pieces of equipment to steal off of that, though. Hopefully we can grab some stuff off of that flying unit, too. Because if I can take both the yellow jackets mostly intact, that'll be pretty comfortable. It's really tempting to just turn around and try and engage with the PPCs, but we're not going to. We'll sprint on forward. The Gladiator is somewhat slow, but we've got some time to make as we run down the road. Jester. Jester can now move to attempt to get his... Ooh, he doesn't have a shot. Jester's going to reserve. Oh, I don't want to reserve. Not with that thing flying around. Right. Jester's going to vigilance, take care of that. That'll allow him to jump for free. Probably should have used that after he had jumped, but hey, that'll be fine. So we'll bounce up over here, take aim at you. I'm going to go 55 to 48. Yeah. Okay, good, we got it. That was an arrow for targeting system. If we managed to start shooting that thing off, it would have been very, very painful. But luckily for us, his evasion and capabilities was able to more than handle what was going on. Now the Burner Boy can start moving in to be really aggressive. His MML has jammed, which is somewhat unfortunate, but we're going to get basically on top of him, the Watchman. No other cover, so this may be only guarded by 4 mechs. And we're going to try and light him on as much fire as we've got, which, to be fair, is not all that much fire anymore. Plus 19 heat actually is pretty good. Give me Mockingbird. Mockingbird, is there a way up here? There is not, so it is going to be just a run down the road. Alright, lock you down. And Howl's going to have to reserve so that Death Crusade can get out of the way, and that'll finally allow us to start moving up. So it took us a little bit of a jog, but now we're on the right path. The Watchman's going to back up, take aim, and blast everything he's got. Managed to hit us with a couple of light weapons. Nothing too serious so far, but machine guns were fired. And his temperature is over temp, so now we can really start getting to work on him, especially if we manage to unjam that MML. Did we? It is not. Okay, so it's still busted. Locust coming around. I'm expecting a whole bunch of... Well, no, 2 mediums, 2 smalls. Not terrible, not amazing, but not terrible. The Burner Boy should have a fairly easy time of things moving forward, though. Gonna run Howl through, still gonna get stuck. So I can't move any further because I already moved that mech. So a little bit of a conga line getting stretched out here. Alright, Jester, in the Shadehawk, you have what can only be described as a beautiful shot into the back of this mech. I'm just gonna run right up here. 55% chance, or on you. No, I'm gonna target you. We're gonna run this gun at... no, we'll run it at 5 because the accuracy drop gets pretty bad. Oh, just utterly annihilated. Paradox, if you don't mind, just coming around to the back of him. MML, maybe... Don't do that. I didn't ask you to trigger that. Let's just see if we can't start really getting on his heat radar. So plus 51 heat on that one. It is now down to him. He can actually cause quite a bit of damage. I didn't move all that fast. He's really trying to light me up, though. That's going to be a pretty big mistake, though. If he just keeps surging up, yeah, we're gonna cook him next round. Sir, you have made a terrible mistake. Just continue to run up here with the Bushwhacker. Bushwhacker has no target just yet. We're going to need to get the Shadowhawk in range. The Shadehawk could also, help out quite a bit. So continue to run. We do have some long-range fire, which we are going to lay down the listen kills from above. Actually, a surprising number of those actually hit. So Howl also managing to try and keep up with the group. Her Gladiator, not super fast. Eventually, she's going to be moving it to Warhammer. So apparently, we have things mostly under control. The Burn-A-Boy may now totally Burn-A-Boy him. So hi, we're on fire, but we don't really care. Oh, the Infernos, just for added insult. Let's burn. Plus 84 heat, and the mech is off. So he's lost his evasion, he's lost pretty much everything he's got, and the Shadehawk has jammed his gun. So run up there and give him a punch to the back. Sure, you can walk through the flames, it's not a big deal. So a punch to his back, -1 initiative. He's feeling a bit unsteady, as you do once you've been punched from behind. We're still running the Bushwhacker forward. It's going to take him a little while to actually get on to target, but I anticipate it will not be that much longer. He has attempted to turn on, and he has failed. Did your ammo just explode? Oh, yes, it did. Your ammo very much exploded. Alright, continue to run on forward. We've got one more round of shooting with listen kill LRMs, which we are going to attempt to blow his head off. Because why not? And just rain down on him. Not as accurate as I kind of would like. Probably would have liked to have thrown him over. He's feeling a tad stressed, as you do. And we're just going to continue to run the Gladiator right up behind. That'll be in range probably in another couple of turns. But really, well, does it really matter now that the Burn-A-Boy has his free shot? He keeps jamming that thing. That is the most I've seen him jam ever. We are just terminally really terrible with trying to get those MMLs to stay accurate. We're just going to start continuing to burn. Hi, buddy. You're exposed and open, and there goes the other half of your mech. And he bailed. So we're going to get Watchman parts, should we want them, although I don't think we're actually going to want them. Probably going to steal most of the stuff that we got off of the Yellow Jacket. That'll put us in a nice, comfortable position moving on forward. And other than that, we are feeling pretty comfortable as we move on forward. All right, what are you going to give me? 53,999 after drop costs removed. Nobody actually took any major penetrating hits, although the Burn-A-Boy took a couple of shots of damage, but I don't think any of other mechs actually took any damage at all. So the Watchman parts are coming in quantity of 2, just in case you want it. Arrow for artillery. This is the proper arrow for artillery. Risk MMLs, Angel ECM, Ferrofibrous, because I need it. I think I already have a couple of tons of this, so I may not. Yeah, I've already got 3 tons. Augmented Thunder, Inferno SRMs. I think that'll do it. Lock it in. And we got everything anyway. So yeah, we now have an arrow for missile system, which I'm probably going to see if I can't figure out how to cram into a Griffin. But yeah, we got absolutely everything off of that. 16 items in total. So we did get shorted by 1 because of the way we destroyed things. But getting both those risk MML 10s is going to be really helpful because that'll allow us to get another mech that I can build towards with MML 10s. They get shut down by AMS, sure, but it is a very flexible piece of equipment that I can throw on for sort of extra damage. They basically take the spot of an SRM6 because I probably won't field an SRM6 if I have an MML 10, a risk MML 10. Because the 3-ton, it's the same. You get 4 more missiles for a lot more damage. It's generally pretty worth it. That sort of Alpha Strike burst is way more than worth it. The MML 10s are probably the best of the MMLs just because of that. Now, to be fair, they're all sort of in that same weight bracket, so an MML 20 is only 6 tons, but I can find space for 3 more tons and just cram it in somewhere. So, probably might even do that with the Warhammer, but we're going to have to end up seeing, because that Warhammer, oh, there's so much we need to do with it. Magistracy fighting back Barak, but Barak also stealing other things from Merrick. So 7,000 for a single day will get us all sorted out with that one, which is absolutely lovely. So be able to just, yeah, a single day will sort most of our things, including our high capacity power conduits. Now that's another +2, which will reduce our build time to 26 days. Come over to engineering for the ship upgrades. We don't have a ton of cash at the moment, so that is something to keep in mind. But yeah, we're definitely sprinting forward pretty gosh darn quick on this one. Is there a really cheap upgrade? 270,000 is actually relatively cheap for cheaper storage costs. 900,000, 13. Nope, can't afford that yet. I'd love to get the 0G pool because +3 morale and a +1 medical point. Medical points seem to come out really rarely, which is kind of, scary to think about. 450 is a bit much. Do you have a 270 for a morale increase? 225 plus 2 morale plus 1 tech point? Yeah, we'll grab that one just in order to start working on a morale. We did get up to steady, so we're feeling a little bit better, but definitely something we want to keep in mind. We do want to continue to be upgrading, but we do need to generate a whole ton of cash. Well, that's going to do it for today's episode. I have been Derek. If you like what you've been saying, hit that like button and subscribe. If you want to receive a notification every time it's one of these videos, press the little bell icon, leave a comment, and make sure you join us for the streams on Wednesdays and Saturdays at 5 o'clock Eastern Time so that you too can enjoy Apollo's Vipers, our clan playthrough, which has currently gone in a very different direction. We have fewer medium mechs than Howl does, even though we're further along the game, but we have a lot of clan tech that we've sort of built on to create some pretty interesting mechs. And I will see you all in the next episode.